I want to share with you one of the most important things a realtor can do for their buyer clients. Hey, I'm Ashley Jackson with Mueller Residential Group at Compass in Austin, Texas. I've just completed a buyer consultation at my office here on a Saturday, and it took about an hour and 15 minutes. And I think that this is one of the most important things that a realtor can do for their buyers. In my buyer consultation, we talk about quite a few important agenda items. First agenda item is your hopes and dreams. What kind of home are you looking for? What size is it? What price point has your lender told you to target? That way I can really narrow down neighborhoods. So we're talking about the style of the home. Is it in the urban core? Is it in the suburbs of Austin? What is your preference around that? And while we're having this discussion, I like to pull up the MLS. The multiple listing service is where realtors put their homes, their listings, to be found by consumers. Realtors keep doing that because if you hide your listings, my buyers won't find them. I won't find them. So the MLS is the source of housing data. So we pull it up and we create a search together. I plug in the rooms they prefer. We draw a little shape on the map so we can see the Austin neighborhoods that they're targeting, and we see what homes come up. And we kind of go through a couple of them like, okay, is this meeting your parameters? If so, I save that search and it becomes an automatic email that emails out to them, hits their inbox every time a home that meets their criteria is entered into the MLS. So that's kind of the first thing that we work on. While we're working on that search together, we're talking about the homes in the specific neighborhoods that we're targeting. Are they older? Are they from the 1960s? Do they have cast iron sewer lines? What does that mean for you? We're also talking about how competitive those neighborhoods may or may not be. Right now we're in a buyer's market, but we see signs of falling inventory. What does that mean for a buyer? So these are things that we're discussing in this consultation. After we've gotten that search set up and I've saved it, we move on to the next topic, which is the process. This is, of course, extremely important. I actually have a little booklet created that lays out the process in a linear fashion for those who prefer kind of an engineering approach to things, and then lays out the process in a narrative way with the steps described in paragraph. But I take the buyer through each step of the process. And this is the process to buy a home in this area and what that might be like. So step number one, buyer consultation, you're sitting with me, you've already done it. Step two, you're talking to a lender, which really helps us target the specific neighborhood. Sometimes buyers come into my buyer consultation already having talked to a lender. I actually really prefer that because then I can get granular with you as we discuss your house search. So we're going through the points of, how long does it take to go through negotiations? How long are you spending in your option period, getting your, all your inspections done? What is an option period, right? How much do those inspections cost? We're covering all of that together. I even have a little page in the booklet that goes over the general expenses for those things like an appraisal, HOA documents. The whole point of this buyer consultation is to empower the buyer so that they leave feeling informed and ready to get out there and make offers. So we go through the process together. During that, I'm describing, my negotiation style, how we might handle certain defects. What if the house has cast iron sewer lines and it's $30,000 to get those replaced? We discuss how we're going to manage that. Agenda item number 3 can be kind of boring on the surface, but we talk about the forms that are used. I actually think this is one of the most important things that a realtor can do with their client. Why would you have someone sign a buyer rep, sign disclosures, and not explain to them what they are? It is worth your time to sit and go through these forms. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer, and that's what I want for my clients. I know it's what all agents want for their clients. So take the time to do the buyer consultation. So we're going through the general information disclosure notice, which is, it's kind of silly in some ways. I definitely try to make it fun as I go through. There's a warning in it about noise. Oh my gosh, y'all, don't be the person that buys a condo in downtown Austin and then complains about the live music noise. So we're going through it together. We're having a little bit of fun, but most importantly, the buyer is getting informed. And I really like to start my relationships with my buyers, no matter their experience with buying homes. If it's a first-time home buyer, maybe there's a few more details that I'm putting in. If it's your third time to buy a house, if you're an investor, this is the time that we sit together and we get to know each other. I get to understand your preferences. You get to understand the forms that I'm asking you to sign before we look at homes together, which is a really important note. It is a rule that you sign a buyer rep form before you go look at homes. And of course, I want to describe to you what that is. So it's just the strongest start for a buyer is to have a consultation first, come to our office, and let's sit down together and discuss. Hit me up in the DMs if that's something that sounds right for you.